Sportsmen. Just look, you got elephants, there's a roadrunner, a lion,
Can't you carve those?
a porcupine,
Here's a buffalo.
eagles, snakes, elephants.
Can you go right?
There's a rhinoceros looking at you.
Where?
Up there in the top rank.
You're not smiling. We're all napping. Right? All right. Ready? Over here.
Daddy, look, if he's going
I had a good picture. I had a good picture.
Wow, it's a sea of South African sailors. Looks like our old tank. Look at this.
Drink of water.
It looks like a cowfish.
Dog, that would have been a good picture.
There's no cowfish.
He going back under now. That would have been a great picture. He coming back.
Yeah, with all those thousand fish.
There's a hippo underneath the water.
Yeah.
The waterfall.
Yeah.
Where else you see the hippo?
I don't know.
Look up top. You can see him underneath the waterfall. He's hitting water.
There you go.
That's the water?
I'm sorry.
Oh, you want to see? Here, Mommy, get him out.
I think he was gone when I said
You coming back up?
How are they scared? I take a video.
you know I don't know how to work my phone.
You're not coming back on no longer.
Probably not.
All of those fish have like no eyes. Yeah.
Sorry.
Look, all of those look like they don't have any eyes. I'd hate for people to tap on the glass as a fish.
Look at all these. I can't tell you that.
Yeah.
that's just a rock.
What, found the land
Deciding what they're going to do for the day. Think about that, Allison. It's pretty cool, though.
Good meeting. $4. What?
here. They have excellent camouflage abilities, but we'll see what we can find. Actually, we are going to start seeing some animals right away. Over here to your right, you're going to see some kind of taller animals. Those are actually okapi. And they do look like they are wearing zebra pants, but they are not related to zebras at all. They're the only known relative to the giraffe over there. Kind of got the same long tongue that giraffes do. And kind of switch your attention over to the left. There are two different animals back here. This very first one, the brown one, that's a greater kudu. The second tallest antelopes in Africa. And kind of in the back there are more orange, browner colored animals. Kind of see them. They are bongos. Bongo. And do you kind of see that one has kind of a different looking horns? They kind of go backwards, so that helps it run through the thick brush without kind of getting tangled up. Very, very helpful adaptation for them. Well, we are coming up to a watering hole up here, and watering holes are great places for animals to gather and grab a sip of water. You can occasionally see black rhinos through here, we never know. However, there are less than 5,000 black rhinos in the world. It's less than the amount of people that'll be through safaris in the next couple hours, so there are very few of them. I actually think up at the top of that hill, kind of all the way back over there to the left, you are going to see kind of a black rhino up there.
Oh, yes.
And in a moment, I think you might get pretty close to it. Now, those black rhinos, they have really, really thick skin. It almost is an armor. So nothing really bothers them, other than us humans. They don't really have any predators. And a lot of times whenever we stop here for a few moments, it means those animals are crossing in the road in front of us. They come through here a lot. Just kind of hop in the way and hop out. Actually, you're going to start seeing it. You can see its horn up here to the left. Black rhino. Now look at this thing and imagine it running. And it can run nearly 35 miles an hour. Really, really fast considering its size. Pretty miraculous. And actually in a moment you are going to see two birds up here, kind of over to your left. Are black and white, but they're the saddle-billed stork. Very, very tall animals. Whenever they stand fully up, they're about 5 feet tall. Back left. The neat thing about them, they mate for life. So those two, they're together forever. Yeah. We have exited the forest now, and we're going to shortly be coming up to an area known as the Safi River. And the river, it's home to a lot of animals you might know, like hippopotamus. Somebody was talking about those crocodiles. We might start seeing them around here. But kind of the best place to look for hippos is going to be in the water. During the day, they kind of hang out in there to stay cool. And it's at night times that they really come out to feed. It isn't uncommon to see them out, but we'll try to look for them to be kind of under the water. We don't see any right over here to the right. We might start seeing some coming up in a moment on our left. They come through in both of these areas. They do eat a lot of food though. That's how they get their figure. About 150 pounds of grasses, so ironically enough, a group of them are addressed as a bloat. A bloat of hippos. They eat a lot of salad. But over here, there are those hippos to the left. Kind of behind that island. They're big, big animals. You can actually stay underwater for somewhere around 5 to 8 minutes, so you do see them down there a lot. And they can even sleep underwater. Pop up for a quick breath, doesn't really wake them up. And actually, I'm going to stop down here. There's going to be one in the water that you're going to see really well. Kind of looked like he was going to come up for a second. Well, as we do come around this corner, it is extremely important that everyone does remain seated. So we may be coming up to some of those crocodiles up here. I actually think we're going to see a couple over here to the left. Actually, quite a few of them over here. Wow, they're up over here on this island. Can grow to be about 20 feet long. Have a really powerful bite, nearly 2,000 pounds of pressure per square inch in every bite. So they don't play around. They do always look a little hungry to me, so we're gonna put that in here. And now we have left the river, and we're going to be coming up shortly to an entirely different ecosystem. With this different ecosystem, you're going to get a chance to see entirely different animals. It's going to look different up here. Actually, speaking of different, you're going to see kind of a funky looking tree over here. It's actually called a baobab tree. It's coming up on your right. And it does kind of look like it was planted upside down with its roots in the air, but that's simply not true. This is just how this tree looks nearly 9 months out of the year. Really, really big. Actually store water on the inside of those huge trunks, so elephants come through here and pierce it with their tusks and get the water right on out of there. It's very helpful. Well, we are coming up on my favorite view of the entire reserve. It really is right around here, because you get the best look of the entire savanna. And everything around you is the Serengeti grasslands right now. It stretches for hundreds and hundreds of miles across East Africa. There's home to millions of animals who do migrate through here every single year. A lot of those popular animals that you were talking about earlier, those giraffes, elephants, even lions through here, you might see some. So we'll keep our eyes peeled. Now the animals who live here, they do kind of help create their own environment that they live in. Elephants will act as bulldozers, that's the best way to describe them. They kind of push down all these trees, clearing the way. Up at the tops of the trees, they're all missing a lot of leaves. These are done by giraffes. They act as pruning shears. This allows sunlight to kind of come through and grow up the grasses. So they gotta be mowed down. So antelopes and zebras, they kind of mow them down. That does leave enough food for little nibblers like those gazelles and warthogs. They do kind of trim up the edges around here. So in balanced ecosystems like this, everyone does get enough food. There's enough food for everybody to go around. You are going to start seeing an animal walking kind of to your back left, and that is a water buck over there. It's actually a female water buck. She doesn't have horns. She's just kind of strolling. And you will normally find water buck near the water's edge because they secrete an oily substance, allowing them to be waterproof. Hence that name. She's kind of hanging out over here. Here's that water that she normally hangs out by. Now the things you see sticking out of the ground right now, they're kind of neat. They are termite mounds. The brown and orange colored ones. They're made up of dirt and saliva. Get baked in that hot African sun. So elephants even use them as scratching posts to kind of get an itch. And even little animals like those little meerkats kind of use them as lookout posts. Look out for everyone. You are going to start seeing a lot of different animals up here soon. You can already see here some white bearded wildebeest over there, those gray animals. Maybe all the way up at the top, those are sable antelopes. So here in a moment, you'll get a really nice look at them. Oh, and you can kind of see those really long horns all the way in the back. Those are actually Ankole cattle. And both the males and females have those horns. And actually kind of through the trees, I think we might be coming up on a giraffe here soon too. I think all the animals found the best place to hang out right now. Oh, right ahead in the trees, you're going to see a giraffe. All the way up there.
Check it out. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's blended in there. It's actually a reticulated giraffe up there. Yeah. Eats about 18 hours a day. That's how long giraffes eat. Now these really huge antelopes right here to your right, the tanned ones, they're actually the Patterson's eland, part of the eland family, which are the largest antelopes in the world. And something neat about them, from a standing position, they're able to jump vertically in the air nearly 8 feet. 8 feet. Here are those white-bearded wildebeest, the sable antelope all the way back there, saying Coley cattle, and here's actually a really good view of all these giraffes kind of hanging out all the way back here too. I'm gonna stop right here. This is a pretty good look at all of them. Now giraffes are already born at 6 feet tall. They kind of get a head start over everybody. Can grow to be nearly 20 feet tall. That's how big those big mature ones are. I think here in a moment, once we come around this corner, you'll be pretty close to them. And there are actually 2 different types of giraffes you're going to see through here, so kind of look at the difference in the patterns. One is the reticulated, which is the one up in that trees earlier, and I think there was another one in here. They're a little bit lighter and have a more net-like pattern, while the other is the Maasai. It's a little bit darker, has a more chaotic pattern. So hopefully whenever we get up here, you'll start to see the difference between the two. I'm going to stop it just a moment up here. All right, here. I actually think that's a little baby giraffe all the way in the back. The kind of smaller one, yeah, that's a little baby. Hanging out there with mom.
Oh, sorry.
I do think one of the neatest things about giraffes are they have the highest blood pressure of any animal. You gotta get all that blood up to their head, so their hearts weigh nearly 25 pounds. Very, very big. Now as we come through here, we're coming up to an area known as Monkey Point, but I don't see a monkey right ahead, I see an elephant. Really huge African elephant up here. And in just a moment we'll get beside it, you'll get a really nice look at it. And kind of back here, if you can look to your back left, those are those mandrills. Largest monkeys in Africa. And this over here, a huge animal. Let's stop right here. Not the best view of them. Now I do know that's probably a male because he's by himself. It's a really great way to find the males and females apart, because the males go be by themselves once they reach maturity by themselves, or either in bachelor groups. They go hang out with other guys, don't hang out with the ladies. Oh, but we do actually see a sign up here. It says our road is closed, so take a quick little detour, but as we say here in Africa, Hakuna Matata. No worries, we'll keep on pressing on. Now you can see a bridge ahead, and folks, I really don't know how old this thing is, so I'm going to try to go across it as slow as possible. Can I cross your fingers and toes for me? Oh, I really don't like that sound though. Oh, lean to the right. Everybody lean over to the right. Lean over to the right. Lean over. Lean over. Whew. All right, let's all take a deep breath on 3. I think that would be good. 1, 2, 3. Much better. Let's get out of here. Now, on either side of you, you're actually going to start seeing some red clay pits. And if you look on either side, there are actually some elephant tusk marks. So you never know, we might be coming up to a whole group of them. Actually, all the way back there, kind of to your back left, you're going to see some more elephants. And these are all the mothers and their young through here. So maybe once we get up here a little bit, you might even see some little baby ones. Unfortunately, these elephants are poached for those tusks they have, so we do need to kind of help protect them. And I think you are going to get a really nice view of one in a moment. Now, once in a while, I can pull in a good African radio station right around here. I hear something coming in. There we go. Oh, there's gonna be one. Right. Oh, little baby one. There's gonna be a little baby one right next to us. I'm gonna stop up here in just a moment. These mother elephants actually remain pregnant with their young for 22 months before they give birth. And then they stay with them for about 13 to 15 years. They have one of the longest childhoods in the wild. Now, over here to your left, you are going to start seeing some greater flamingos and hearing them too. They're actually the lightest colored of all the flamingo species. Kind of remain gray for the first year of their life, and then they start getting pink and loud. And they get that from the shrimp in their diet. It's actually the beta carotene in the shrimp that turns them this way. So who knows, maybe if you eat enough shrimp, you'll turn pink too. You are what you eat, as they say. I don't know. I don't know who says that. Somebody says that, but... They're chasing us over here. Well, as we come around this way over here, we're coming up to kind of white rhino country. And unfortunately, white rhinos are poached for those horns they have. They do go for really high prices on the black market. So poachers stop at nothing to go after them. So you might see some through here. If you don't see some right here, they may be a little further along throughout the reserve. They move around a lot. See if we can't find any animals right around here. Oh, here are the white rhinos. Directly to your right. I'm gonna stop in 1 second. They're really big. They're actually a little bit bigger than the black rhino you saw earlier. And by a little, I mean like 3,000 pounds bigger. So a lot of a little. Coming up over on this hill to our left, you can occasionally see some cheetahs right around here. So we're going to try to look out for them. Now, they are the fastest land animals in the world, running somewhere around 60 miles an hour. But they're just sprinters. They can only do this for short spurts, and they got to kind of stop and catch their breath. Are a little difficult to spot. Oh! Over there to the left, in the middle back there. Can you kind of see, kind of right over at your 3 o'clock, there's two laying down. One's behind that middle tree there.
Oh, I see.
They're both snoozing. I'd start seeing them as we come through here. But I think one of the coolest things about cheetahs, they're actually the only African cats that are known to purr like regular cats. Now, up here we are coming up to a rock formation, and it's actually called a kopie. It sits high above the rest of the savanna, so African cats live up here. Gives them an excellent vantage point of all of their prey, so we might get a glimpse of one in a moment as we come around this corner. Oh, but here's some more of those white rhinos to our right. Oh, over there to the left, there's a lioness looking right at us. I'm going to stop up here right by her. They remain inactive about 18 to 20 hours out of the day, so this is what we see them doing a lot. Just kind of sit up here and stare at us. She looks deep in thought. Anybody know what the word lion is in Swahili? The word for it? It is Simba. I heard somebody say it. It's Simba. these are all burrows. And they belong to Africa's largest burrowing animal, the warthog. And she's sleeping back there in the middle. Kind of behind that tree, you can see all that hair. Kind of flipped up. These animals, they sometimes don't even build their own burrows. They just kind of sit behind and let everybody else do it. And they take over ones left behind by animals like the aardvark. Your bottom left, you are going to start seeing some eggs. Those are actually ostrich eggs. I don't see the mother ostrich right now. She might be going out to get some food. We'll stop right here. You get a really good look at these rhinos over here. And up here you got bontaboks. These are these little ones here. They're extinct in the wild. So you'll only find them on reserves. And over here to the right, yep, these are some zebras. Oh, right next to our road. And the ostrich. Here's where the mother ostrich is.
Mira el ostrich. Tú estás cogiendo, ¿verdad? Okay.
The cool thing about zebras, they actually have really powerful hind legs. You kind of look at them. And they can kick those oncoming attacking lions and break their jaw. And that's how powerful they are. Kind of through this final area over here, you can sometimes see some attics, and I think we are going to get a view of these attics coming up here to your left. Have those really long spiraled horns. Up there. Now these animals do something really neat. They're able to go their entire lives without having one sip of water. And they do that by extracting the water they need from the vegetation that they do eat every day. So there's water over here, but they just kind of hop in to kind of stay cool. And their coats are starting to lighten up a little bit since we're getting into those summer months. And it helps reflect all that sunlight off their body and keep them cooler. But unfortunately, there are less than 300 attics in the wild and just actually under 1,000 in the world because of reserves. So they are endangered, but you can kind of help them and all the really awesome animals we see through here in the environments. But just doing small things, doesn't have to be big, just little things are really what make a difference. And I know you hear it all the time, but just recycling like those paper, plastic, and glass if you don't already do so. This kind of helps preserve all the environments that these animals live in. So it really does make a difference if you do these little things. It doesn't take us a lot of time, and it means that these animals can be around for many generations to come. Now I'm actually going to be dropping you off at the nearest warden's post. It's coming up in just a moment on our right, and from there it's a small walk back to Harambe village and the rest of Africa. And if you have a few extra moments in your day, go check out Pangani Forest Exploration Trail here in Africa. You can see some gorillas, colobus monkey, meerkat, snake and mole rats. There's a lot of animals over there to check out. See anybody like tigers? Anybody want to see some tigers?
Yes.
You can actually go over to Asia. That's where you can see them.